is fairly accurate.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to what is the date today? January 15th edition of the planning meeting for the Contributor Summit at KubeCon EU. Just a reminder that this meeting abides by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which I encourage everyone to take a chance to read if they have not yet. Kick things off, I individually don't have any updates to share. I know Arno has some updates on staff swag. But I had chatted with Brienne about that, and then yeah, I see the only other update that I would have in Ray's update. So I'll go ahead and just pass to Arno right away, and then I see we don't have updates from CNCF or content, so we can probably skip those for now.
Uh, okay, so I went in town and met some vendor for the berets. Basically, all of my updates are basically at the end of the document. So they told me that we can get a discount starting with 30 beret. And they're like, I put different beret to pick. So yeah, that's the first things. I would try to find another vendor if we don't deal with this one as a backup, because you never know what's kind of feeling this way, trying to figure out this. But this one seems looks solid because they've been doing this for a while, and they cover many events the past. So I think my WordPress will be get some consensus on how we want to proceed. Either we want one beret with one color, and we don't have the logo on it, just we basically have the name. So I would just give the room. We don't have to talk about this right now, but basically give some people to talk about this and give out the opinion. My approach will be one bear, one color, and we put the username or the name depending on how we want to do that. And that's basically customization for the vendor will be kind of simple. I like the blue roller. If you look at the website, there's like another color. I think, yeah, it's got blue roller. So that's a great color. You can do that. And I see Andres Natalie.
Yeah, I wonder as a way to I think putting our usernames on there is kind of cool. Even myself that has a horrible username, but I wonder if we could customize it for the year, or have like distinct for the timing that we're doing the summit for.
I have an echo. I don't.
So I happen to have the two old hats over here since we're talking about it. And in previous years, the ones that I did, I put the number and staff on the hat, but the ones that were done previously just had our usernames and that was it. And it was by virtue of being the hat, it itself was the identifier. So we could go either way.
I mean, since we've gotten on the pen train, is somebody? Let's just hear myself twice.
Something going on.
Yeah, since we've gotten on this pen train, I'm curious about if we had like a custom pen, if that is cost effective, or a patch that could go on it as well.
So I can say small order custom pins are not cost effective. You have to start getting into the hundreds for them to be like, a lot of manufacturers won't even produce them unless you're ordering like at least like 50. Patches are probably easier to do. Like there's even like Etsy sellers that will just, you basically send them a file and they'll do it.
Sounds like we need to be attracting more embroiderers to the Kubernetes project.
I think the question is, do we want to apply patches to the Barrett? Because we also, if that's the case, we need to provide that to the vendor. I'm not sure it's that what the aim for, because we need to, I don't know if we have patches in Europe, so they all come from US. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I mean,
that's
if we have like an iron, we could just do it there, right? Just go to somebody's hotel room and iron them on.
We can have someone like making custom berets at the summit. Just like, come bring your patch, we'll iron it onto this beret, whatever.
As someone that has a ton of patches for their let's say metal music outfit, ironing on those stuff usually is not very sticky and effective. So you usually have to also saw it on.
So okay. So I'm gonna basically kind of create a thread on Slack about this. Like, we can see if we get more people in the conversation, because I feel like my personal opinion is basically the Barrett plus the username or the name, and the rest is we let people figure out how to do the rest, like patches, pins, whatever they put to the Barrett, because the Barrett is really solid, and especially the second option, so people can do whatever customization they want on site, and we agree, and we can discuss colors. Like, I feel like one color will be easy, or we can just leave people pick. We can agree on, like, that would depend on the vendor. Basically, when I'm gonna send all the details, they will tell me how it's gonna be expensive to basically have like one unique color per bread. I don't exactly know, and that means also we need to lock down the shadows and the volunteers plus the leads by end of January, so we can put the order in February and hopefully have everything received by March. Because we have a specific budget. I don't know if it's too big or too small for what we want to actually do, but I think we're gonna lock down the number of people in the staff.
Yeah, I've updated the GitHub issue with all of the latest like team assignments that I've seen. So if any role leads feel like you're not done selecting shadows yet, just let me know. But aside from that, I think we have the final lineup reflected on the issue now. Anyone tell me if that's incorrect. But
yeah, I basically invite any list to go over the issue, trying to basically look at volunteer and shadow, and we try to update that list weekly if possible. So that gives us a number for the swag. And that's all for me.
right, I think we can go down to content with FICA then.
Oh yeah. Hi, so the content team is on green. We have only 3 CFPs so far. I have got the schedule admin access, and Sriram also had an idea for a cool unconference, but it seems that we're already going to plan it. Apart from which, I wanted to ask about what should be the best time to talk about the room and layout planning, because apart from that, we don't have much work in the content team.
I want to, if I could, so that you know, and for Sriram too, yeah, with the unconference, we do this every year. So definitely, you can definitely refer to last year's kind of schedule to see how well that's kind of, how to say, balanced in the schedule, if you like. I think Kaylin's on the call too. She can definitely help. But yeah, the unconference is definitely something that every year is it's pretty much standard.
I see. And I remember last year, we had some sort of thing where everyone was given like 1 or 2 minutes to introduce their project and sub projects in Kubernetes. Are we having something similar this time? Just
Yeah,
Josh brought this up on Slack once.
I
Not
put
sure.
that farther down in the agenda, but we need to figure out who's going to actually own that as a role,
Mhm.
because in the last summit, that was it was my idea and I threw it up there and we did it.
Okay.
But it was well received and we should make it a formal part of the summit, and that means somebody needs to own it.
Got it.
But we can come back to that.
Yeah, definitely. I'll let you know if I find some lead who would want to own that.
See, Mario's got a hand up.
Yeah, just
Um,
to say something to this, also comms said that it would be nice to have something like this again, especially as we are currently drafting out tweets for the topics that had been raised in North America at the North America Summit, so that we basically can reuse them after the Contributor Summit for social media engagement. So to bring it up back to the people. So if we would have a refresh, it would be really good. And Nigel wanted to say something, I guess.
No, I was just putting my hand up to coordinate that piece.
I think specifically one of the leads needs to figure out, we need to figure out which lead that topic goes under, and then maybe a shadow takes it, but we'll come back to it.
Oh,
I feel like it fits well in content because it has to have a block, and then someone just needs to be the person to say it. Like it's pretty we in terms of what we did last year. I think last year we forgot entirely until someone was like, "Oh, this is on the schedule," because I had put it on the schedule when we first brought it up, and then Noah went up and said some stuff, and everyone loved it.
Well, that does happen when I get up there. We'll do some more formality around it though. But yes, I think putting it in content is a good idea.
Sounds good to me. Let's hop down to communications.
Yep, a draft for the next email and that kind of thing is already started with the team. I have buffer and social access as well. And as a reminder, our next target for email communication is the 23rd of January, which is in about a week. Just after that possible rejection email that people may get from their CFPs for KubeCon. And you know, we're going to be popping in some reminders for CFPs specifically in that announcement follow-up, as well as hopefully by that time registrations are open. I know Ray has already put in information further down in the notes, but I would be willing to push it a day or two longer if the reg team needs it, just so that we can get that main blast of registration is open. Please come to the summit. That should be like the next big announcement on top of more CFP kind of info. But yeah, that draft's happening as we speak. We'll share it in the summit staff channel when it's ready to go.
Sounds good. Kaylin, celebration. See you live
Yeah.
type.
Yeah, I just remembered. Not much to report. I have not done any ordering yet, but I think I will start this week. It should be pretty easy. And the shadow I have is not an org member, but he is an ambassador and contributor. So I'm working on getting him org membership. And I'll keep people updated if maybe we need an exception, or he'll just help with organizing and then work on his org membership for next one. I saw a few people volunteering. I'll probably look at getting maybe 1 or 2 shadows, or getting a few people just day of to help yell things out, but I'm not too worried. So that's me.
Sounds good. What are you planning on ordering? Do you have ideas for things so far?
Yeah, they're mostly in last week, but I'm going to do like a pin the tail on the Fippy and maybe a few other characters with tails and noses and things. Some long games, and then trivia is going to be kind of the big, fun, interactive one. And then for new folks to go meet people, a scavenger hunt focused on like find someone who shipped a PR today, find someone who is speaking tomorrow, that kind of thing.
Arno's got a hand up.
I think we had a conversation about Tank. Is it still part of the?
Oh yeah, it's going to be there in some way, shape, or form. I'm waiting on venue details to decide exactly what that form is, but I'm going to try hard to have it be part of it.
Can I help you? Can I help you by ordering that in France, because I feel like it's gonna be easy.
Heck yeah, I'll take help from anyone.
Okay.
Anytime.
Yeah. I plan to go on site next month just to basically get an overview and also try at the same time figure out where to buy those stuff. So just
for that one, send me the receipt because I intend on taking it home to have pétanque at my new house was the plan. So we can coordinate outside of this meeting about that.
Okay.
All right, let's jump down to ops with Mario.
Yeah, so I had last week a chat with Brienne and Janelle. I put in a venue plan in the ops folder, so and it's also in the Slack channel. So the good thing is all of the breakout rooms and the big room is basically next to each other. The downside is that there will also be the co-located events near us. So there might be people that are wandering off in the wrong direction. So we need at least some staff members to check the door. I don't know if we have a hallway separation in some way or not, because this is not seeable in the plan. The good thing is also that we don't need a registration because it's in the same building as the co-located events, so we can basically have the registration the same as the KubeCon registration. I updated the planning doc for staffing and also for time scheduling, so that we basically can start staffing rooms as soon as content has a plan for the day. That's it.
Arno?
Yeah, I think for registration, every time we have people, we need to have at least one reg shadow at the booth, basically to just make sure people are on basically the right people come in. I think that's like I would say my request. And I feel like we're gonna have to figure this out next week because schedule is out next week. So we will have more clarity on who is able to come to Paris. Yeah.
Noah.
I just want to say that for ops, historically, we've had at least one person stationed in the hallway at all points in time, whether or not we are sharing space and whether or not we have to deal with other colos potentially invading our space. If we are in that scenario, then the person who is stationed in the hallway has to become a coordinator of people that are there to turn folks back and say, no, this is the summit. You're looking for stuff that's somewhere else. And they will spend most of their time giving directions as opposed to standing out there going, are you lost? Do you need something?
Yeah, it's because we're weirdly lumped in, like we're like a colo, but we're not. And there are some people who assume they have access to the summit if they bought the colo ticket, and they don't. So yeah, I +1 to what you said, no.
Yeah, I think that I will also prepare like an easy handout that the hallway person can use, so that they basically can say, hey, you're looking for the AI colo. This is on the other side with those rooms or something like this, like a list of there's the colo and these are the rooms. And then we can basically just turn over and give people directions.
It's a good idea.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think that'll be a good thing to have folks on hand for it. Yeah, we can revisit that when we know for sure what, shadows are going to be present in Paris and what the in-person roster is going to look like. Because yeah, that's something that we could potentially like plan a schedule ahead of time of, day of off shifts for that role. I see. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if it would be possible, I would love to have something on the signage that has a picture of a fake badge with if you don't have this symbol on your badge, you don't go in this room. But that might be logistically difficult if we can't get badges printed ahead of time. Just a thought.
Alrighty, I see we have an update from Ray, who is not able to make the meeting, but left an update. Yeah, we did some review on the Sujay, go ahead.
Yeah, so if you don't know me, I'm Sujay and I'm volunteering for this contributor summit for the registration team, and both Ray and other shadows are absent today, so I can give update on behalf of them. So that's pretty much it. What is written in the doc, like everything is green. Um, we reviewed the template and approved it last week, and waiting for the testing pages to be available. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome, thank you for the update. Nothing from Caslin today. And then sorry, go ahead, Princess.
Yeah, so she's not on the call. I'm actually a shadow for MKCC, and we've not been able to come together to have any meeting yet. I'm going to push for that to happen this week. I'm basically going to bug her this week. So fingers crossed on the next meeting. That's it for MKCC.
Sounds good, thank you. And then we chatted about lead swag, but yeah, I'll pass to Arnaud here.
My question about MKCC, I forgot, do we have the room and the date for that?
I believe yes.
Okay.
Brienne, if I saw it in a thread, Arnaud, in the summit channel. I'll try and find it shortly once my cat stops destroying something that's next to me. But we do have a date and a room.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the room plan. It's inserted, so you can see it in the room plan, and it's on Friday, March 22nd, from 12 to 3 p.m. In the same floor as the contributor summit is on, but on the other side.
Sounds good. Yeah, with that, I'm not sure we have anything else. I see Arnaud started a thread in Slack to chat about the berets. Yeah, I think that's everything. Unless anyone else has anything before I end the recording.
I think for sorry.
Yeah, I saw in the meeting there was SIG call out. Who on this?
So I'm thinking since Nigel is stepping up because he wants to volunteer to grab that, or so he said in the chat. if we want to formalize that as a particular shadow, then that would be a good place to say, okay, the person that owns this is the SIG callout shadow under content. And that's
Yeah. I also feel like it's kind of related to the MKCC, but maybe not as directly as content. So yeah, I don't know where you want to put it. Wherever you put it, it's fine with me.
Yeah, I think content's probably the best fit.
Okay.
Nigel,
Does
why
sound
don't you pop up on the issue and say that you want to run that under content, and then we can
Sure. Formalize it.
Yeah. And I know we have a bunch of notes from last time on things that we need to do, like, hey, let's announce this at the beginning so that people can put things in a doc or a GitHub issue or however we want to handle it, so that we have something that's a little bit more actionable at the end, as opposed to just everybody getting up, saying what they need to do, and then being like, well, that was a load off my chest.
Yeah,
If-
I would like for it to have a little bit more organization where there's maybe like a list or a registry or something that people can reference after, and then also make sure that everyone has their stuff prepared before they walk up, and then we have that as an artifact leaving.
Yeah, like every SIG gets a chance, no more than 3 bullet points or something like that.
I was going to suggest, if you want, Nigel, it feels like we could do content-wise, like send out information to like SIG leads only beforehand to be like, hey, we're doing this again. Prepare yourselves.
Yeah, should it go out? Oh, never mind. That's a irrelevant question. But yeah, I agree with you.
Exactly, like in capital letters, prepare yourselves.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to end the recording.